Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is January 14th, 2025, and Saudi Arabia are after several Barcelona players, and I'm going to tell you who they are. Also, the MLS have contacted Barcelona to try to sign Unai Hernandez, and finally, it's been revealed why Gavi hugged Florentino Perez after the Spanish Super Cup final. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we're beginning this video with the news that Saudi Arabia or the Saudi League are currently after several Barcelona players, and those players are Ansu Fati, Andreas Christensen, Frankie de Jong, and Coutinho. Now, the way the Saudi Arabian League works is that they have a fund, kind of like a collective fund that they use to sign players, and then once the player is signed, then the government or whoever's in charge of the Saudi League decides where does that player go, to which club. It's a weird system, but I guess it's a fund that was set up to kind of like develop the Saudi League and make all these huge signings, and it looks like this fund is after Ansu Fati, Andreas Christensen, Frankie de Jong, and Coutinho. Now, of course, as far as Coutinho, he's not going anywhere. He wants to stay in Barcelona, and of course, Barcelona want him to stay. So there's absolutely no hopes for Saudi Arabia to sign Coutinho. As far as Frankie de Jong, if he wants to keep earning that high salary that he's currently earning, most likely the only destination for him would be Saudi Arabia, because no club in Europe, in their right mind at least, will agree to pay that salary. Ansu Fati, with his chapter being over at Barcelona, we'll see where he can head. I don't know if he's going to want to go to Saudi Arabia given his young age, but who knows? He might think, hey, this injury, I'm not the same after it, so maybe I'll just go cash out big time and just, live the life for the rest of my life. And then there's, of course, Andreas Christensen, who did want to leave Barcelona because he wanted more primary role somewhere else. But now with Iñigo Martinez's injury, Ronald Araujo wanting to leave, who knows? Maybe the player will change his mind. Now, speaking of Andreas Christensen, we do have good news because it looks like his return is very close. As you know, Andreas Christensen has been out for the entire season. I think he played like 20 minutes or something like that after that Achilles injury that he's been suffering from since last season. He had to undergo surgery, and well, now it seems like he will be back this upcoming weekend. Now, Christensen will not be available for tomorrow's match against Real Betis, but he will be available on Saturday this weekend in La Liga, and this was in fact confirmed by Hansi Flick in his pre-match press conference when he said the following: "I'm really happy with all the players in the team. It's football. Iñigo, Bernal, and Ter Stegen are injured. Christensen will be back on Saturday. That's for me the important thing." So definitely great news on that front, because again, with Iñigo Martinez out for 4 weeks due to injury, with Araujo 1 foot out the door, we're definitely going to need Andreas Christensen. So it's very good news that our defender is not yet back, but almost there. Now, the next news will be about Unai Hernandez. But before discussing that, let me just remind you to please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to Goal Kits, Give Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are in the description. You click on them, you get access to some pretty cool discounts and offers. Anyways, let's get back to the news, because it's reported that the MLS are after Unai Hernandez. Now, the 20-year-old center midfielder, who's currently the captain of Barça Athletic, is having a wonderful season with the reserve team. In fact, having scored 9 goals and provided 3 assists so far this season. And it looks like his good performance has attracted the interest of Sporting Kansas City, who are looking to sign him. In fact, it's reported that Sporting Kansas City have reached out to Barcelona to try to sign him during this winter transfer market, offering around 2 to 4 million euros for our academy player. Now, Unai Hernandez does have a contract that expires at the end of the season in the summer of 2025. Barcelona would like to renew him. However, the player is not 100% sure because, of course, he's at that age. He's 20 years old where he has to make a decision. Does he want to go look for first team minutes somewhere else? Or does he stay at Barcelona with the hopes that he gets promoted to the first team, which, of course, right now it's looking very difficult. Not because Unai Hernandez is not good enough. I think he is. I think he's a very talented midfielder. But, of course, with the presence of Casado, Gavi, Pedri, Olmo, Bernal once he's back, Frankie, Fermin. We have a million midfielders. So the chances of Unai actually getting minutes on the first team are low. So the player is going to have to make a decision. Do I stay here and hope for the best, or do I go somewhere else? And again, if he is to leave, this will be Barcelona's last chance to get some money off him, because in the summer he will become a free agent. Now, speaking of Gavi, since I did just mention the very long list of midfielders, incredible midfielders that we have, except Frankie de Jong, it's been revealed why Gavi had a really nice encounter with Florentino Perez, because during the Spanish Super Cup final, after the Spanish Super Cup final, during a celebration, Gavi went up to Florentino Perez. He shook his hand, he hugged him, and they were like talking really close. They looked very happy, and that, of course, raised some questions like what were they talking about. And while it's been revealed that when Gavi suffered his very serious injury in the knee, which of course required him to undergo surgery and many months of recovery, which I'm so happy that he's back. But during that very dark time for Gavi, it seems that Florentino Perez sent him a handwritten letter where Florentino Perez wished him a speedy recovery. And it was a pretty cool gesture. And as such, after the Spanish Super Cup final, Gavi went up to Florentino and thanked him for the letter, which I think, was a pretty cool touch by Florentino Perez. Again, he is Real Madrid's president. He had absolutely, no obligation to do that. It's not like he's Laporta or Deco or someone. He had zero obligation to do that, and yet he did it. And it was a handwritten letter, so it's not like he just had his secretary type it up and was like, just mail it. I don't care what you say. Handwritten letter by him, signed to Gavi. A pretty cool gesture, and of course, Gavi went and thanked the president, which goes to show that sometimes this whole, rivalry is more between the fans than it is between the clubs, because after all, Florentino Perez has a very good relationship with Joan Laporta, and let's be honest, both clubs need each other. Without Barcelona, there would be no Clásico, and without Real Madrid, there would be no Clásico. And let's be honest, both clubs need each other. La Liga needs both clubs. So let's just keep that in mind. Anyways, let's end this video with news that's not related to Barcelona, but I wanted to discuss it just so I can hear you guys' thoughts, because it looks like PSG will be signing Kvaratskhelia. They're going to take him out of Napoli, and they're going to be paying 70 million euros, which the reason I bring this up, because of course Kvaratskhelia was on Barcelona's radar for the left wing. And my question to you is, 70 million euros. To me, that seems a little bit cheap for someone like Kvaratskhelia. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a fair price? Do you think Barcelona should have paid 70 million for Kvaratskhelia? Yes, no? Let me know down below in the comment section. And one last thing, Zubimendi. It looks like he's headed to Arsenal. Arsenal will pay his 60 million euro release clause. However, he will stay at Real Sociedad until the end of the season on loan, with the next year joining the Premier League. So it looks like it was true that Zubimendi wanted to stay at Real Sociedad, but if he were to leave, he only wanted to go somewhere else outside of Spain because he didn't want to compete against Real Sociedad, against his boyhood club. So it looks like that news was true back when we were talking about Xabi wanting to sign Zubimendi. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I uploaded 2 other videos before this one, so make sure to check them out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Peace Barça.